Let's now shift our focus to the world's former most valuable edtech startup, Byjus. The startup which lived the dream and is now in the dumps. Who's to blame? Who's at fault? The CEO, Byju Raveendran, is being blamed for mismanaging the firm's growth. The once high-flying startup has failed to file its financial accounts on time. Investors have accused Byjus of hiding $500 million, and many of its teaching centers are now running empty. Where did Byjus go wrong? What can other Indian startups learn from this story? Take a look.
This is Byju Raveendran, founder and chief executive of Byjus. Reports say the former billionaire is downing cups of black coffee and attending non-stop calls from troubled investors. This shouldn't come as a surprise for a man who is the captain of a sinking ship. We are talking about the education tech startup Byjus. The company has been in crisis mode for several months, losing capital, angry investors, empty classrooms, and facing lawsuits. This is the situation of the startup in a nutshell. In April, the company's Bengaluru office was raided for alleged foreign exchange violations. Several US-based investors say that Byju is hiding $500 million. Some investors are even giving up their board seats. Why? It's due to poor governance and disregard for directors' advice. One of the crucial investors, Prosus, a global investment group, said, and I quote here, "Byju grew considerably since our first investment in 2018, but over time its reporting and governance structures did not evolve sufficiently for a company of that scale." The investors who quit Byju's board include Peak XV, a venture capital firm, Prosus, a global investment group, and the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, Mark Zuckerberg's philanthropic organization. So where did Byjus go wrong? Experts say the missteps were due to the naive nature of the inexperienced founder. Critics say that Raveendran knew how to scale the business but forgot to plan for a bust. Byju Raveendran was originally a teacher. He grew his teaching business by increasing the number of students. Raveendran even booked stadiums to teach thousands of pupils. In 2015, he digitized his business and launched a self-learning app. As more investors flowed in, Raveendran acquired several educational companies in India and abroad. The pandemic pushed students online, which brought the company enormous profits. Everything was hunky-dory until 2022. As schools began to open, problems began piling up. The demand for online tutoring fell. Investors and employees thought the CEO would conserve cash and target profitability, but Raveendran chased more equity. He announced an $800 million round of fresh investments for the company. There was no verification of whether investors even had that much money, and the funds never came through. Reports say Raveendran has avoided consulting investment bankers on such deals, and that resulted in him failing to get the required equity. Financial accounts, which were supposed to be submitted in March 2021, were given 18 months late and showed a loss of over $540 million. US lenders have now accused Byjus of hiding $500 million. They say it's because the firm hasn't provided regular financial updates. Raveendran has now lost his billionaire status. The company's valuation has dropped from $22 billion to nearly $5 billion. This is a simple tale of greed overpowering practicality. Where Raveendran was expected to conserve cash, he went out to get more of it without studying the market. The man did not consult his own investment professionals and disregarded advice from his own board of directors. Byju is an example of all that can go wrong from multiple angles. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION World is One is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.